All right, Candle Range Theory coming at you with another video, just showing a loss. So oftentimes I post wins, but this time I did want to post a loss so that we can learn some lessons from it. So here we go. Let's see here. What I had marked up coming to the chart Thursday going into Friday was that, let me see if I can do a replay, if it'll let me. I thought Thursday made the high of the week. That's first and foremost. No, it won't let me do it. All right, so I thought this was candle two. Okay, this red candle right here was candle two. Thursday it was at the time the high of the week. All right, so what happened on Friday, which is this day here, currently today. All right, so I started getting short, and we'll just do a replay to make it simple. On the daily open, I start as soon as I see first fair value gap, I'm in, and start going from there. Let's see here. So if I do replay, select the bar. So yeah, well, I remember this now. Okay, so let me get the fair value gaps up here. Had a strong move down to open the day. So I was in somewhere for a few entries right here. Saw a little bit of profit. We'll just say we'll take an entry here. Or even here. I think I got I went on a retrace right here. Two, it might have been both, but either way. Okay, so first fair value gap of the day got in, right? Okay, there you go. Okay, but then obviously as price went on, speed this up a little bit. Okay, a low of the day was established. And then once the gaps start disappearing, obviously that's a warning sign that things might not be going your way. So that trade was a stop out. Now, come London session or closer to London session, I want to say I got back in near the daily open because I do consider that a point of a possible point of resistance if I'm expecting the day to be red. Because remember that if you're trading the daily candle, you can expect the price to be red overall if you're short on a candle three. So, we'll just say another entry around there. Tight stop losses though. So because of the momentum down, I don't know if there was a gap there or not. But then price obviously took that out. And then I want to say my last entry was there was a fair value gap from candle two. Let me see if I can find that. Let me stretch the boxes. There we go. Okay, so there was a gap, right here. There was a gap near candle two that I got. Oh no, okay, the entry's still there. Okay. Yeah, this was my last entry up here. This gap is from candle two from the prior day. So I'll just let it play to reach that price level. There we go. All right. So I was in somewhere up here. All right. So there you go. So that was the last one. But as you can see, the gap started getting taken out. When that gap got taken out, I should have been out at that time. But what happened is that I removed the stop loss because there was news impending at 8:30 and price was going to the downside. Like you'll see in a few seconds here. Yeah, there we go. So this was the move to the downside. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm good now. So, was out doing my thing. I saw some profit. Should have got out here near the daily open because typically when the price flips red, or it should just break through the daily open, this should just be a straight move. Sometimes it can do a double top, which is what I was anticipating. So I didn't mind the comeback, but at the same time, once the high got taken out, like it did right there, and this was before the news came out. The news was 8:30. I should have respected my stop, but I didn't, and it blew right past it, as you can see there. So the last point of resistance was the candle range theory high. But obviously, once it breaks the high of candle two, then the candle three pattern is invalid completely, and which it did do. The 8:30 news it didn't do much of anything, even though it was for the US dollar, and this is the live chart right now. So the main thing is that number one, of course, obviously, got to respect my stops and watch for that daily open. You might not be dealing with a candle three if price can't break the daily open price because this right here, the candle, once the candle went green right here, it stayed green. So remember the start and stay rule. If it starts green and stays green, that's a problem. If it starts red and stays red, obviously if you're short, that's a good sign. But if it starts green and stays green, if you're long, then that's a good sign. So, paying attention to whatever the color of the candle is that you're trading, I'll go back to the daily now, is a big deal. Let me get rid of these fair value gaps and all these indicators. So yeah. So like I said, daily open price, it went down and it just spiked up. So this is not a candle three short. This is just another continuation candle from the long trend for the week. So it is what it is. So that's it. And so, like I said, lost a good chunk of house money just being stupid at the end of the day. But the only person I can blame is myself. So don't beat yourself up if you take a loss, even if it's bigger than expected, because if you win, if you know how to win and manage risk, you can get it. You can get back anything that you lose. Now that doesn't mean be a gambler. At the same time, it's just if you know what it takes to win, then just resolve to do that next time and be smarter. Respect your stop. So that's the main thing. So appreciate your time and attention. Thanks for watching. I'm already in another trade. If it goes well, I'll make a recap on that. But have a great rest of your day. Take care.